and welcome to Violin with Paula. I'm Paula, this is Francesco, and you're on week 15 of the Kreutzer challenge. We are starting today with Etude 15, which is the beginning of 8, count them, 8 trill studies. So I hope you're ready for some trills. It's a lot of trill studies. So starting with this Etude number 15, a couple things to mention before we go into the trills. First is a reminder to play it musically. Yes, you can look at it and just say, oh god. Complete with the head banging, but you might as well play it musically. And even with the right notes as well, which those were not. And secondly, when playing trills, you need to exaggerate the intonation always. So that sounds in tune for a trill. However, it's actually quite sharp. And the same thing with a semitone or half-step trill. You have to trill a bit closer and lower than you normally would. And then finally, the bow stroke, generally with this piece, I think should be in the upper half in a sort of martelet stroke. And it's a very typical 19th century, early 19th century French bow stroke. So without much ado, because we've got lots of etudes with trills to get through, I'm going to play you this one. And you'll notice also that I do some fourth finger trills sometimes. These are sometimes indicated by the fingering, sometimes not. But it's a nice way to strengthen the fourth finger and throw in some extra muscle building there. So I hope you enjoy. And just one thing I want to highlight as well about the bow with this piece, and indeed with any piece, is what you do on the turn with the bow. So for example, take that little bit. If I do it in very slow motion with the bow, I do a fast bow and then a slow bow, and that gives us a sort of impetus at the beginning of the trill. However, depending on how you want the turn to speak, you may actually have to sort of re-energize the bow. So the middle. So it's just something to be aware of. And also, if you're finding that maybe your turn isn't as clear as you'd like it to be, and you're thinking, oh, I need to articulate my left hand more or something, take a look at what your bow is doing, because it might just be that your bow is not letting your sound be clear enough there. So I hope you enjoyed that, and join me again next week for another exciting trill. Actually, next week is it is number 16, which is the D major trill 1, and then number 17 is a trill preparatory exercise. So it's not quite as tiring for the left arm. Right, thanks for joining, and see you next week. Bye.